Yo, welcome back to Hunt Recovery, where we just don't look for recovery, we hunt for it. No matter how close, no matter how far, no matter how long, no matter how tall, no matter if it's over there, or no matter if it's anywhere. We're gonna find that joint. Now today, I want to talk about the second and third step in recovery. You know what I mean? What's the best thing to do? What's the best thing to do? What you know what I mean? What you should do? You know, when you're talking about recovery, the steps that you should take. I covered one yesterday. Now today I want to cover two and three. I'm sorry. So we're gonna get it right into that. But before we do, I want everybody to take the time and do me a big favor and go up to the subscribe button and subscribe for your boy. I'm trying to get 100 subscribers by the end of this month. I got a lot of plans that I want to do, and I just need a lot of people to subscribe for me. So go ahead and do that. Put that subscribe button and give the video a fat thumbs up if you can. But anyway, let's jump right back in. Let's jump right into what I was going to do. So the second part, the second number in recovery, and what the second thing you should do is believe in a higher power. And you used to be like, you probably thinking to yourself, James, I don't believe in a higher power. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in, whatever. That's just not how I am, how I do. And you know what, guys? Absolutely, I understand, and that is fine. Because what I interpret the thing about is believing in a higher power is whatever your higher power might be. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. It could be Buddha, it could be, you could be Jewish or whatever, Hindu, or I don't know, whatever the higher power and your religion could be and what it is, and that's what it is. Even if you're not even religious, guys, your higher power might be your recovery. That could be your higher power. Your higher power could be, a better life. That could be a higher power. There's a lot of things that you can consider your higher power, and that's just the way it is. Your higher power could be your mama or your daddy. That could be your higher power too. Anything that you look up to, that's, or have, you want to do better for this person or this thing, or even for yourself, even for your sober self. Your sober self can be your higher power too. You know what I mean? You go like, okay, I want to get sober for me, and you know what? My sober self is my higher power. You know what I'm saying? Anything can be your higher power. It don't matter what it is. Your kids could be your higher power. You know what I mean? Anything that you can turn your life over to, that you can, just have 100% faith in, and as long as you're thinking about this person, this thing, this religion, this whatever, that it's going to keep you sober. You know what I'm saying? So it don't necessarily have to be faith, based. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people, like I said, like me personally, I believe in, God personally, but that's, but I'm not like a church going guy. I don't go to church all the time. I don't read all the Bibles and, Judas and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying there's nothing wrong with that, guy. There's nothing wrong with that, not at all, but I'm just saying, me personally, that's just not my thing. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a God. I believe in God. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. So it could be anything, guys. I'm not saying go out there and go to church every Sunday, or go to your wherever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying go ahead and believe in something that's bigger than you. And that's exactly what I believe that means. Something that's bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? Because in recovery or in addiction, we always thought about ourselves. So you know what I'm saying? As long as your higher power is something that you believe that's bigger than you, then you'll be alright. You know what I'm saying? For real. It'll be A-OK. You know what I'm saying? A-OK. So you'll be okay and you'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I believe that. That's how I always looked at that. So like I said, don't worry about it. Don't even just get discouraged from that point, because I know a lot of people look at that. When you're looking at the 12 steps, you're like, dang, I don't believe in, God or whatever, which I understand. It's understandable too, because the life that we came from and the life that we lived or whatever, or even if we're still living, You know what I mean? And you're still trying to get out of addiction or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I understand it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you couldn't have faith because you're like, oh, well, this bad thing happened. This bad thing happened. This bad thing happened. Like, you know, getting hit left or right. You know what I'm saying? Like a punching bag on the 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just the way it is. And you're like, oh, yeah, no, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in this. I don't believe in that. Which is cool. Like I said, maybe you'll get there one day. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's not up for me to. That's not up to me to decide. That's not up for me to. You know what I'm saying? That's not the. You know, that's on you personally. But so that take care of that. You know what I'm saying? That's number 2 on the. That's the second step. You know what I'm saying? Believe in a higher power. Like I said, no matter what it is, as long as you believe in something that's bigger than yourself. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's gonna take. It's something that's bigger than yourself. You know what I mean? For you to actually fight the good fight. You know what I'm saying? I'll say, to fight the good fight, it's going to have to be something believing that's bigger than yourself, because you can be like, yeah, I know I can do it because, you know, this, you know, something that's bigger than myself, whatever, has got my back, or I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Then second is turn your life, then the third thing, is turn your life over to a higher power. Yeah, and then you think to yourself, oh, okay, so what does that mean? You know what I mean? How I'm going to turn my whole life over to, you know what I'm saying, a higher power, you know what I'm saying? Which, I'm just trying to tell y'all how I interpret it. I don't know how they interpreted it when they wrote it, you know what I'm saying? You know me, but I just break down things to how I think about it, how I look at it, and you know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is, and that's the way it's going to go. Because that's how I do my stuff around here. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do my stuff around here. So how I'm interpreting that is like, you know, turn your whole life over that. You know what I'm saying? And meaning like everything you do. Like let's say you've gone to your higher power is your recovery. You know what I'm saying? You think about your recovery all the time. You put your recovery first. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. If you are a religion guy and you a person and your religion, you know, based, you want to put your higher power as your religion, you always think like, you know, okay, I can't go back and doing this because I'm going to disappoint whoever you know what I'm saying, you believe in your religion, you know what I'm saying, or let them lead you. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what it is too. You know what I'm saying? It's about letting them lead you. You know what I'm saying? Let your higher power lead you. Whatever your higher power might be, let them lead you. Let them lead your choices every day. You know what I'm saying? Like before you go out there and you do some crazy stuff and you just like, whoa, like I just don't really want to, you know what I'm saying? I really want to get a drink, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. You know, you take a break. You're like, let me see. Should I do this? No, I'm gonna let my higher power, whoever I believe in, you know what I'm saying, carry me. You know what I'm saying? My recovery, my sober self. You know, like think, what would my sober self do? You know what I mean? If I was my sober self, you know what I mean, right now, and I just, you know, what would my sober self do? You know what I mean? What do you think the sober self do? Not get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Not get fucked up. That's what God dang on sure. You know what I'm saying? So you think about that and you like, okay, so my sober self wouldn't get fucked up, so I'm not gonna get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Or like I said, if your higher power is your parents, you're like, oh, what would my parents do? You know what I'm saying? You know, what would they do? Okay, not get fucked up. Again, not get fucked up. So guess what? Don't get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Or if your religion is, you know, like I said, if your religion is like, what would God do? Or what would Buddha do? Or Hindu or whatever. You know what I'm saying? What would they do? Not get fucked up? So what you do? Not get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what would I, you know, if you think about yourself in recovery, you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, what would recovery do? You know, if I was recovery, what would recovery do? You know what I'm saying? What you think that what do you think that recovery would do? Yep, you're right. Not get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Not get fucked up. That's what they do. So, I mean, that's the whole point in what I think when it says turn your life over to a higher power. That's what I mean. And it's just not even just that. It's just also to the point of like when you getting down and you feeling lonely, you have faith that your higher power, whatever, like I said, whatever it might be, will get you through it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you just like, oh man, I don't know what to do. I got, shoot, I gotta get my ID, I gotta get, my baby mama, my baby daddy getting on my nerves because they don't trust me no more and all this other stuff. And you like, wow, I just don't know what to freaking do anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. And then you like, okay, let me just put my faith, turn my whole life over, you know what I'm saying, to my higher power. You know what? I know that, you know what I'm saying, my sober self will get me through this. I know that my religion will get me through this. I know that, you know what I'm saying, my recovery will get me through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in recovery now, and I'm doing good. So, you know what? Fuck them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Whoever the hell it is, the landlord, the this, the that, you know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, motherfuckers gonna try to pull you down left and right. You know what I'm saying? Especially they know you doing good. Guess what? They can be like, oh, that motherfucker thinks you doing good now. That girl thinks she doing good now, huh? Well, guess what? I got something for him or for her or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So they gonna try to get you down, pull you down to the, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, what they don't know, and I'm gonna tell you what, and I'm gonna tell you what I know, and what I know about this shit, they don't know that we've been pretty fucking low. You know what I'm saying? We've been pretty low. You know what I'm saying? We've been the lowest of the lowest of the lowest. So guess what? You can't do nothing to me that I ain't never seen before. I ain't never done before. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been through before or experienced before. Trust and believe that one. Like, we done seen it all. So, you know what? They can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, you just believe in your high, you know what I'm saying? Turn your life over to your higher power. Like I said, whatever that is. And guess what? You can get through anything. And that's just like for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. And guess what? And if you do that, like I said, you'll notice that things are going to change. Because you're surrendering, and it's not even really like how I think about it. You're not even really surrendering to your higher power, whatever that is. You're surrendering to your sober self. You know what I'm saying? Instead of fighting your sober self, because everybody got that thing in their head where they like, okay, I want to do better. Everybody wants to do better. Everybody wants to be a better person. Everybody wants to, you know what I'm saying, to be loved. Everybody wants to not be, you know what I'm saying, looked at like you know, like people ashamed of you. And you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But the thing about it is you surrendering to the thing that you know that this is going to be some work. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me running away, instead of me, you know, just going to get high, going to get drunk, going to gamble or whatever, because I think I want to make some easy ass money right quick, or going to do some criminal activity because I just think you know what I'm saying, just wants to, you know, go and get the easy money. You know what I'm saying? That you know it's going to be work, and you surrendering to that thought process. Okay, well, I'm going to have to work my ass off. This is not going to be no easy ass stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what you surrendering to. You know what I'm saying? When they talking about turning your life over to a higher power, that's pretty much what it is. You know what I'm saying? You turning your life over to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You turning your life over to yourself and what you believe. You know what I'm saying? Of course, if, like I said, you turning yourself, you know. But I'm telling you how I think about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about it as you turning your faith. I mean, you turning your faith, yeah, and your beliefs, and your whole thing into yourself. Like, okay, I can do this. That person, that side of you, that know that you smart, that know that you beautiful, that know that you're handsome, that know that you can do anything, that know that, you know what I'm saying, life, you know, you can get through anything in life if you. And that's just what it is. That person, you know what I'm saying? Because you got this person over here that's like Eeyore, that, like I said before, oh, I can't do nothing. I'm not worth anything. I'm just a screw up. I'm not smart. I'm not beautiful or handsome. No one loves me. You know what I'm saying? And you turn your life, and then you got this one over here that says, yeah, I'm the shit. I can do anything. I can accomplish anything. I can get through anything. I'm smart. I'm handsome. I'm beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Downright, I'm just the shit. Like, point blank period. Can't nobody tell me shit because I'm not like, you know, whatever, you know, I'm just like this shit, like, you know what I mean? I don't think I'm better than nobody, but I know who I am, though. I know who I am at the end of the day. And that's this person over here. You know what I'm saying? So this is the person that you turning your life over to. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, the person that's like, oh, I don't need to do drugs. I don't need to drink. Because I don't need that shit weighing me down, because all that shit is doing is weighing me down, and I'm better than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm better than that. I'm better than that. You know what I'm saying? Then instead of this person was like, all I can do is do drugs. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can do is do drugs because I just not worth nothing. I'm just a piece of shit. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Type stuff. So, you know, you turning your life over to this person. That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? And when I say a higher power, yes, of course, like I said, it's some other things that I was just talking about. But the main thing is that yourself, the higher you, the better you. You know what I'm saying? And you think to yourself, like I said, when you go down there and you go and you like, oh man, I just need a drink. You know what I'm saying? And then you think to yourself, you turn yourself to this person, and then this person's like, no, I don't need no drink. I don't need to be walking around slappy looking all, you know, fucked up, hair all fucked up, clothes all fucked up, and this and that, because I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Can't see straight, can't recognize the people's my speech is slurring and stuff. Guess what? I'm better than that. That's this person. You know what I'm saying? That's this one over here. You know what I'm saying? What you mean? So that's like totally what I'm talking about. You know, when I read that, you know what I'm saying, believe in a higher power, you know what I'm saying, I personally, you know, like I said, I'll tell you how I believe. You already know how I am. I believe it's a higher, like I said, I believe in God and stuff like that, so don't get it wrong. But I just believe it's a higher me, a better me. You know what I'm saying? Believe in a better me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. You know, that person, like I said, that don't need to get fucked up, that don't need to run from his problems, that don't need to, you know what I'm saying, always look down on himself, like himself, that don't need to always go get fucked up or think I gotta do the easy thing and go do criminal activities because I just don't want to, you know what I'm saying, work for it. And don't get it wrong, I'm a hard worker, but you know what, I'm like I said, in my mind, I'm just like, oh, if I could take the easy way out, I'm gonna take the easy way out because I'm not worth it enough. You know, I used to think that. I used to believe I wasn't worth enough to actually, or people was never going to look at me like, oh, he deserved a raise. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I just did the easy thing and didn't do criminal activity. You know what I'm saying? And I said, like, you know, and that's how I was. That's how I was. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I look at like that, you know what I'm saying, believing in the higher power, you know what I'm saying, me personally, like I said, I think, you know, when I read that, I think I'm believing in the better me. You know what I'm saying, a better version of me, of who I am. That, you know what I'm saying, like I said, don't have to do all that bull crap because I can do anything. You know what I'm saying? Just like now, like you're up 36 years old, starting YouTube, and you think that, you know, people don't talk about that or whatever, guess what? I don't give no craps, no cack, no hex, I don't care about none of that bullshit. You know why? Because I'm believing in the better me. I can do anything. I can accomplish anything. I can do, you know what I'm saying, whatever I put my mind to. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, and that's where people got it messed up at, that we can't, you know, we've been through so much bullshit that y'all got, you know what I'm saying, a lot of normal people out here, you know what I'm saying, got us fucked up, for real. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna lie to you about that one because we've been through, you know what I'm saying, hell and back. And we came out, you know what I'm saying, we came out that fire. We came out that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? We came out, you know, all that. There wasn't nothing they could do that was going to put us down and keep us down that we did not survive. You know what I'm saying? So this little crap here, this or that, that's easy. You know what I'm saying? Not really, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be work, yeah. And the hardest thing about it is not even just the point of just doing it. The harder thing about it is what's really going to be the work is not going back to what we used to doing. And that's the messed up part. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean, cuz? That ain't nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? I go out there and work my butt off on the job, you know what I'm saying, and get a raise and promotion, because the boss could be like, dang, I ain't never seen nobody that work like you. You know what I'm saying? And you like, oh yeah, I'm a hustler for real. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. When I wanted my fix, or I wanted my drug, or I wanted to gamble, I wanted to do criminal activity, guess what? I made a way to get that stuff done. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't nothing that stopped me. I didn't know to believe. I didn't believe in the word, and there wasn't nothing that could stop me from getting what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? And that's just point blank period. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. You know, if I wanted it, I was like a laser focus, like beep, like that's all I seen was what I wanted, and that's what I wasn't nothing over here, nothing. This big wall, this big mountain, it wasn't nothing stop me from getting over there and getting what the hell I wanted. And at that point, you know what I'm saying, in time. So you know what I'm saying, that's just what it was. So at this point, you know, this job or this raise or whatever, this company, this. You know what I'm saying? Business, this, whatever I want, or whatever we want, whatever you want, whatever, guess what, guys? There ain't nothing that's gonna stop you from doing that. As long as you put your mind to it, and like I said, as long as you choose your better self. You choose this person over here, and just don't even, you know what I'm saying? This guy, this person, this lady, she gone out of here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I always believe that, you know, this person over here, well, you smart, you beautiful, you handsome, you're intelligent, you're a hard worker, you do everything, and you know what I'm saying? You just perfect. You know what I'm saying? Ain't shit you can do wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's what, you know, need to be happening over here. You know? And that's just straight up. So, you know, like I said, I just wanted to break down the steps 2 and 3. Like I said, I did 1, 2, and 3 tomorrow or maybe the next day. I don't know, guys. I'm trying to I've been so busy. But anyway, like, hopefully tomorrow I do 3 and 4. You know what I'm saying? And break them down. You know what I'm saying? How I think about it. But anyway, I gotta go to class. I gotta go to IOP and all that stuff. You already know how it is. Your boy busy. But anyway, I love y'all, and you already know what I always say. I'm super proud of you. And especially you. And I love y'all so much. Y'all already know. Put y'all likes down there at the bottom. There's a little circle face. Please subscribe for me. I'm trying to get 100 subscribers by the end of this month. You know what I'm saying? Give it a fat thumbs up. Put your comments down below. I'll read them and kind of, you know, hit your back. And, you know, turn your post notification bells on. Blah, blah, blah. And shoot this video to all your platforms. You already know. I'm out. Peace.